I was an aerospace engineer, I was a research scientist, and I had a strong interest in the business side of the industry. So I went off, got an MBA, and then got into this industry, and that's where it all started. My outlook for the sector is based on global events right now. I prefer defense over commercial aerospace because commercial aerospace is more captive to concerns about global growth. So all the volatility we've seen in the market recently has an impact on commercial aerospace. My defense side of my sector is less subject to that, right? All the defense stocks are driven by largely US-driven companies. The biggest customer is the US government. There's no currency concerns. Oil's not a concern. Currency volatility is not a concern. So right now I prefer defense over commercial aerospace. Now what could change that is if we see global events change, if the worry about the growth of China abates, or if we see other events that make people more confident about growth in the world, I would like commercial aerospace again, potentially. Now, what I enjoy most about being an analyst is the day-to-day challenges. I get to take a view on the entire industry, and I have to focus in on everything: global geopolitics, global growth, what's going on in the world, and how that impacts my sector. I find that it's a lot of fun. Aerospace and defense is a fascinating sector for me, in particular. I came from the industry. I love airplanes. When I was at Boeing, I used to design airplanes. So covering the space is fantastic. It's a fascinating sector because part of it is a traditional business, commercial aerospace, driven by global GDP, very traditional business model. And part of it, defense, is driven by global geopolitics. So that's fascinating too. So it's really like covering two very different sectors with very different drivers, and you get news flow and changes every day. What I think is the most difficult part of covering my sector is forecasting defense. Forecasting commercial aerospace, be it that it's very traditional, your forecasts are based on global growth, and everybody and their brother has some sort of view on where global GDP is going and what's going on in the world. But trying to forecast politics and geopolitics can be really difficult. It's fascinating, but very difficult. When I was a kid, I had a dream of maybe one day starting my own airplane company. So who knows? If I hadn't gone down this career path, maybe I'd be at my own airplane company. Who knows? Maybe that still is in the cards down the road at some time.